So, guys, Nintendo just dropped the real life bombshell. A live action Legend of Zelda movie is officially in development. Fans are already debating whether Link should speak, who should play Zelda, and if Nintendo is about to become the next Marvel. But the bigger question is this: why is Nintendo invested in live action after avoiding Hollywood for decades? Let's break down the power plays and the numbers because the budgets and the box office receipts tell the real story. So, welcome back to another episode of the SNEWS where we cover stupid news powered by two peas out the pod with Johnny and Shay.
What's up, guys? Hey, look, they messed up with the Super Mario Brothers. You see the trailer? I made Shay watch the. Listen, John
Yeah, we're going to
Leguizamo.
talk about that one.
Yeah, John Leguizamo didn't have to do that. I wish I could have been his friend and would have told him that. Dog, don't do that. Please don't do that, film.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I'm sure you're gonna put the Rotten Tomato number right for it because I'm sure it's got okay.
So, I want to check the numbers on this one really quick.
Yeah. While Shay checks out the numbers, I'm just gonna tell you guys. This is the Shay that we work with. This isn't another girl named Shay. As you can see, her hair is different than the other Shay
Whatever.
that's here.
So, you're talking about the 1993 one, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
the
So
live
this
action.
yeah, okay, cool. So, the live action 1993 Mario was their first live action, right? That
Hmm.
Nintendo tried to do. So budget was 48 million. That's quite the budget.
Yeah, back in the 90s. Hell yeah,
And they made 39 million. So, it was a box office bomb. They didn't recoup their money, but they still made money.
sure. I felt like the investors were just like, yeah, we can't do another live action.
Wow. So it took them that long to get the gumption to do it again? 30
No,
years?
okay, so this is where I guess new blood, I guess through Nintendo from I'm talking from Tokyo and to on the US side too.
Right.
Where this is just me speculating, guys. That they know that yeah, there's certain movies and games you can do adaptations to. A perfect example would be Resident Evil. Like you can do an adaptation on that because it's really with live action people technically. If you look at what we're talking about, Zelda, you can make that into a live action. We've seen Lord of the Rings. It's kind of the same theory. It's kind of that, level of it. So I mean, you can do it
Mhm.
technically. So that's something you can do. Like Metroid, like that's a classic Nintendo, which we've seen a lot of sci-fi movies. Like we've had Alien, we had where they got CGI and all that, where you can do that to make a live action version of Metroid.
Right.
Those are those are things that you can do. But when it comes to like Super Mario, you cannot. You have to make that with Illumination because to really bring your character out there and then that's where you would want to do it. Um it's that's where it's just like you kind of got to think of like you kind of have to pick the project that it can really work with and run with it at it.
All right. So, guys, Zelda is already cinematic and a $1 billion gaming franchise. So, yes, they really wanted to take a risk on this one. Breath of the Wild generated over 1.8 billion in game sales. Did you know that?
Yeah, no, I come on now. That's why like most and anybody that's a gamer knows that yeah, you can get some emulations on PC and play some old school Nintendo games, but we all know that Nintendo is very niche grabbing. That's why like right now on Steam you can buy PlayStation games when PlayStation games were only exclusively on PlayStation, and now Microsoft is now letting off some of their IP, their AAA title IP, like the Halo and stuff, to go to PlayStation.
Mhm.
Where that should have been happened years ago. Because think of it this way: if I have T-Mobile, you have Verizon, but we're still able to communicate. Why wasn't PC console games, why weren't they able to do that at launch? It's because in design they just wanted people to be segregated into it, except for why do that?
Mhm.
You can still have your unified titles that banner on your game, but you can at least like say that, all right, give like your game that from Sony the full year by itself, but then it gets released to all other platforms at that point.
Right.
Because then it gives the people the like, hey, I can go through it, then it's gonna be released for it at that point. But I don't know. I just felt like I know I in the back of my head I know a couple of reasons why is because if you compare PlayStation, Xbox to how their graphics are to Nintendo's, it's like kind of a low tier of it, but it's nor here nor there. That's for another conversation. But
Yeah. And then Tears of the Kingdom crossed 1.5 billion within its first year. These are movie-sized numbers before you even sell a ticket. Hollywood looks at that and they see franchise gold. So that's why they're kind of, doing this Zelda, deciding to do this.
no, and again, they're doing it at the right time, and that seems pretty fair to because I know they got like another Super Mario movie coming out, which is with Illumination, which that's great that they bring out another one.
Right. So after the 1993 Mario disaster flop, they pulled back for 30 years. Now with Mario animated success, they are investing heavily to protect their brand. I guess they had a Mario animated movie that came out too.
Yeah,
Okay. Zelda live action estimated budget is projected to be between 150 and 200 million.
uh, for Zelda.
That's the
Yeah.
projected budget.
Oh,
That's not the revenue. They're hoping probably it's
okay,
going to
yeah,
be a
because
billion or
because no,
something.
me, you remember me? So ever since me and you been doing the snooze, you know how me and you've been noticing like me and Shay's been noticing like what is it like Wicked just came out. Well before that it came out, they were giving out like forecast numbers.
Yeah, of
Now
like what the revenue was and stuff.
right before the game, before
They're
the
thinking
movie.
this one's going to be 1 billion.
Plus, yeah, I mean, it's a live action Zelda, so like, yeah, that's if I'm going down to Hard Rock, yeah,
Yeah.
that right there, I would bet right about there for that
They are making it one of Nintendo's biggest non-game bets ever. Basically
one.
taking 200 million and hoping they can turn it into a billion, but,
Yeah, I believe it. If you yeah, if you do it right and make this, I don't even know who the director is or who written it, but
yeah.
oh man, it's like I wouldn't mind. Think of it this way. I wouldn't mind being a director. I don't want to be the first. I would rather be like the second one to, you know,
Yeah.
because just in case the first one flops, then you get to come
Yeah.
back and revive it.
So live action means higher revenue ceilings. Animated films do extremely well, but live action actually can hit the 1+ billion when done right. So if you think of Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Barbie, etc., Nintendo wants that adult audience plus the kid audience plus nostalgia. So it's a money, money, money combo.
Again, homeboy that played as Thanos, I thought they did a great job, and he really brought the character from the comics alive just by the look and demeanor and all that. Whoever's gonna play Link and Zelda, I'm sure they're gonna be very good. I don't know who the actor and
We're
actresses
going to
are.
show a picture of them.
Oh, well, I don't know who
I
the. I
don't know who
still,
they are,
I
but we're going to
can't.
show
I'm
them.
not gonna be able to see the people. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So, guys, we're going to pull up social media hit list and we're going to show you a couple of items about this video. And while Johnny's pulling that up, just wanted to say definitely hit that subscribe button, guys, so you can check us out on the next video and give us a like. So, first things first is we're going to look at the snip for Zelda. So it's going to come out March 26, 2027.
Hey, man. Julius will be what, like 2 years old?
What? Oh, 2027. I was like, "What?" I thought it was next year. I was about to say, "What?" Yeah, he'll
Yeah.
be right after 2 years old.
Okay. I was just about to say, like,
Sorry, I
I
thought
was
it
about to
said
say, I was about.
2026. I was like,
Oh,
"What?"
okay. I was about to say, is my math wrong?
Yeah. Well, he
Oh,
still won't be able to go to the movies, right? 2 years old? No, he'll be a little wild for that. And these are possibly ones that are on the way, so
well, they already got Fallout Season 2 already out.
oh, okay.
Uh, you never saw Detective Pikachu. That was really actually pretty good. I didn't know they were gonna make a part 2 to that, but that's what's up. Didn't know about a Minecraft too. We already knew about the whole Sonic situation.
Minecraft one was dumb. I didn't like that one.
You heard it first, ladies and gentlemen. She didn't like it. God of War. We've seen Troy. We've seen it's exactly what you. It's Greek mythology, obviously.
I think just for Minecraft, just to say Jack Black is an acquired taste, and if you don't care for him, you won't like the movie.
Me and you did watch Uncharted 1. That's with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. That was a great live action. It's just like a Indiana Jones type movie,
Right.
or Mummy if you're into it. Super Mario Brothers 2. They got Yoshi in that one. Uh, the Street Fighter, I can't wait. Hopefully they get that right. We already know about Five Nights at Freddy. I did see something. It's gonna be in our future SNEWS one. Helldivers one. Want to talk about that? That was actually I saw that recently in the news. BioShock. That one you may actually like. That one's actually not bad. Mass Effect. I can see Mass Effect, and I think another one I saw that was kind of futuristic was Gears of War. Those would be a great live action, and then Assassin's Creed. But I just hope that if they do make it, they would just make it as a trilogy. And that's it. Don't try to make it bigger than what it is. Just make it have a build up. Then the second one, the middle part of the whole thing, and then just the third movie to be the end of the whole shenanigans.
All right.
But you know how movie box offices are. They want to keep on milking it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so Super Mario Galaxy, so that's the new one that's coming out for 2026, and then Zelda, and then Donkey Kong is getting his own little movie in 2028. It's
Yeah,
not
those
bad.
are the characters I have for the for the Zelda one.
Yeah, so next year we're gonna go see Super Mario Galaxy, and
That's it. So, guys, jumping back into the video. So, PlayStation Studio is already winning in movies. The Last of Us series pulled massive HBO numbers and an estimated eight-figure streaming budget per episode, so about 12 to $15 million each. Then they had Uncharted in 2022, which was a budget of 120 million, and they had a revenue of 400 million. So Nintendo can't sit in the background watching Sony cash IP checks. So that's why they're jumping into the arena.
well, the big difference is that don't forget Sony has its own studios,
Yeah,
film
true.
studios actually. So it's kind of like the equivalent of like Netflix now, since Netflix has made enough money, they're able to make their own studios and make their own films.
Yeah,
So
makes
uh
sense.
makes the only complete sense that for Sony to do that. But again, and then on top of that, Sony has did so many other films outside of video game movies, but we can look at Sony's portfolio and notice that yeah.
Yeah.
But a little known fact that a lot of people don't. A lot of people, well, most people might know that are huge Nintendo fan. Nintendo started as like a card company,
Yeah.
and then got into video game entertainment, and it got bigger. So if I was a betting man, it's 2025. They're just now touching their money from like Nintendo from 1986 right now.
Mm.
They haven't even touched like Super Nintendo or N64 money, or even GameCube or even Game Boy Color money yet.
All right.
Because I mean, and then on top of it, they just open up the Universal Nintendo World over here too, which is great, guys. It's great.
It's not great.
Damn, Shay, I didn't want you to say that, but
Oh,
sure.
okay. I haven't been there. I don't know. We never go to any of those places.
Yeah, no, it's just from what Lewis told me. I mean, the one in California is great, but he went to the one here and it says it's not the best.
Mm. So, guys, Zelda could become the start of a multi film Nintendo universe. So, each Nintendo property has franchise level revenue potential. So, they have the Pokemon revenue possible, games plus merch. They're over 100 billion lifetime. Obviously, there's a huge cult following for Pokemon stuff too.
Oh man, hell yeah, man. I mean, like, didn't you say that you had people that were big into like Pokemon Go and all that?
Yeah.
Uh,
And then the Mario, as we just talked about, games and merch over 30 billion in lifetime. And then Zelda is over 3 billion in gaming revenue. So if you think about that, that's just what, like 133 billion just between those three. And they have tons of other ones too.
mm.
That's
Man, they
crazy.
just got like a just a mountain. Told you, just mountains of money.
So when each IP already generates billions, movies become low risk expansions. As long as they can get it right, like you said.
Yeah, which yeah, if they can, it works out perfectly well. But I mean, again, how they're doing with the Super Mario movies, they're doing phenomenal job, and that's just where you're playing it safe. Um, again, if you make this Zelda movie great, then I would say your next experiment IP would be Metroid. Try to do Metroid, but I would say make that the your next live action because then what I'm trying to picture out for Nintendo would be like it gives you a little time to expand on the next Zelda movie for part two. So if you have that Metroid movie come out, then that buys you a little leeway. And then if the Metroid does great, then that buys them a leeway too, because then the next Zelda comes out, then the next you get what I'm saying? It's kind
Right.
of you have like little time between the projects. And then if you need extended time, then you will have to at least drop another Super Mario type movie or
Right.
something along the lines of that.
Right. So, guys, what we know about the Zelda live action, we're not going to give any spoilers out, so don't worry about that. But it is going to be directed by Wes Ball, and he directed Planet of the Apes 2024.
Mm.
So it's produced by Nintendo and Arid Productions, ARAD.
Mm.
Expected to be, like we mentioned, 150 to $200 million budget, similar to big fantasy franchises. If it follows Mario's profit pattern, analysts are predicting potential earnings of either 800 million to 1.2 billion, depending on marketing and release timing and what else is going on in that time frame at the movie theaters.
Uh So far, they're slating it for like that's if you think about it, that's like the first quarter. That's the best time to actually release that movie is the first quarter of the year.
It was right after winter for most of the areas. Where people are it's like that Marchish, like, winter starting to like, they're starting to get spring fever, like, "Oh, we gotta get out of the house and go do something," or whatever.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what
All
I
right.
think for that time frame.
All right.
No, you
Okay.
don't think
I
so?
know. I just
I mean, we
I
live where it's warm, so not down here, but I'm saying, like, in the north.
again. All right.
Okay, it was a bad choice there.
All
Anyway,
right. uh sorry, Jay. I'm just saying. All right, but yeah. That does I mean, that does check out. I mean, you're right, that's I don't know when spring starts, so that's why I was like, I
well, I
guess
mean,
because
end of March, you're probably getting some days where it's warmer,
oh, well, I'm trying to remember, and yeah, it sounds about right, yeah. It's just you just kinda threw me off there, I was
or at
like
least you're past I would say you're also past the holidays too, where everybody kinda, like, spent all their money. A couple months after that, then everyone's like, "Okay, we'll take the family to the movies," you know?
I just can't wait for the film to come out, uh, just, I'm probably I really wanna take Ralphie to go see it, but, we just may
He can go.
yes.
Why wouldn't he be able to?
Then we would have to make sure that we get him a Lynx driver or something.
Yeah,
Try to do a whole little ordeal. We have to do on a weekday actually, like
yeah.
somewhere like that.
Just go
But
on a matinee when nobody's there. It's easy.
you make it
And they
seem
have the
like
part
this.
where you can just roll up and just, sit right there or whatever. You don't have to, like, get out and get into a seat or anything.
Oh, I see you. You've been to many theaters.
Really.
Nah, I know. I've been to many theaters.
Anyways. Anyways, guys, Nintendo watched Mario blow past the $1 billion mark. and they're not going back. With Zelda going live action, Nintendo isn't just joining Hollywood, they're planning to own the next decade of blockbuster IP. So, guys, that's been the snooze. Check us out on the next one, and we will see you there. If you have a little more time, definitely check out our other channel, Two Peas Out the Pod podcast.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.